intro this.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? What that guy say? He was like, fill it up.
Oh man, we don't talk about that.
Well,
Uh,
want to introduce yourself? That's one way to start it.
yeah. Well, I'm Jake. You may know me as Dildo Master Jake from the Who's Right D&D campaign. I DM dildos and Douglos, and I'm Jake.
And I'm Ethan, otherwise known as Prodigy Comics. I haven't updated in a while, but it's coming up pretty soon. I basically I make superhero web comics and stuff. Project Comics, look it up on Instagram. You'll see all the stuff I work on. And yeah, we have
And
a
like,
podcast that has no name currently.
yeah, but
So
I know that the sound of like superhero indie webcomic sounds like really gay and cringy, but his is actually
the
pretty fucking good. Like it's
the only
actually
way I
good.
can describe it to like the general people is like just I try to take tropes that are like superhero-y and then try to not really spin it in like a dark and gritty or super realistic way, but I just try to make the characters realistic. And it's contrasted by the fact that I have a like simplistic art style. So you can take it in a way that's more lighthearted, but it also the characters feel real. Like all the villains are just criminals and they're not evil. They're just people who are trying to make some fucking money. So it's like that's my best way to advertise that. If you want to learn more, if you're interested in webcomics, look up Project Comics, and there's some cool stuff coming out
And
pretty soon.
what's the link?
Instagram.com/Prodigy Comics or YouTube.com/Prodigy Comics.
Or do you still have that other link? The speedy dot.
Oh no, I don't use that anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
But yeah, it's on Webtoon, so I'm pretty sure it's like webtoon.com/Project Comics as well. But anywho, would you like to fucking actually start with the podcast, sir?
Yeah. What happened to you this week? What's going on?
Well, I applied at my job to be a bartender. Can't really say what my job is. I mean, I guess I could say what it is,
I mean, it's up to
honestly.
you. I don't.
But
I'm not going to.
yeah, I'm gonna be a bartender soon, so that's neat.
Yeah, that is neat. Probably gonna get paid better too, especially if you're,
Yeah, because I keep all my tips.
yeah, and if you're like charismatic and you're, like,
No,
especially when
I'm not
people are
gonna be
drunk.
charismatic. No,
Well,
I'm
you
just
should
gonna
be a
say,
little bit,
"Hey, what's
bro.
up, guys?"
You'd make more tips doing that.
Like, "Hey, welcome, welcome to the podcast."
What's up, dudes?
Yo, what's up,
A
ladies and
Jack and
gentlemen?
Coke? Great
Coming at you
fucking
live.
deal, bro.
Through the power of the internet. Anything going on in
Yeah.
Jake World?
Uh, a whole bunch of bullshit. That fucking kind of sucks, actually. So nothing exciting or good, other than Elden Ring's pretty fun. Just got into that, but yeah,
So just the usual.
yep, just the usual mixed with
Well,
extra bullshit.
I guess I'll start with my first topic that is that I've experienced literally within the past 5 minutes, and that is, well, I'm gonna say in general that PC gaming is overrated as fuck. And when I was a young child, and I think all of us as young children were like, I'm gonna get a master freaking PC, bro, and become an epic PC gamer, get all these mods, but it's lame. It's fucking lame. And PCs, I've never owned a good PC in my entire life. I've never owned a laptop that doesn't run like shit. And if you want something like that, you have to spend a fuckload of money. It's just it's a waste. It's a fucking waste when I can just relax in my fucking chair and play uh console shit.
I
And
mean, I think it can be worth it to have a PC if you. Well, I used to have one, and having a nice PC it's really fucking nice, but it is really expensive. It is also fun building it. I don't know. There's something nice about being able to just sit in your chair at your computer, but there's also like you can sit on the couch and do almost everything you can from the computer on the couch with a PlayStation. Like if you
Yeah.
want to watch fucking YouTube or movies or anything like that, and anything that's like scrolling, you can fucking pick up your phone. But
I really hate computer. I mean, when did you buy this computer that I have right now?
oh fuck, it was right after high school. It was
Okay, well
in
it's
like
old as fuck then.
2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have never fucking owned a laptop that doesn't just run like shit. Like I've never owned a computer that doesn't take like 20 minutes to get like fully started up and like have easy access. It's crazy to me. I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked for a new computer in a long fucking time. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if I go to Best Buy right now, I could get a fucking computer that runs good. But it's like when I was younger, I used to watch YouTube and shit on my PC. But like why would I do that when my phone can pull up YouTube in half a second and like I can enjoy all that in half a second or do it on my TV
You
with
know,
PS5? Like I wish I had a good fucking laptop that just had no problems, just no constant fucking slow ass fucking problems.
speaking of playing or like, looking stuff up on the computer as a kid, I fucking miss the days when it was totally enough to get on the computer and play Club Penguin. Like
Yeah.
shit like that. Like that was like it was fulfilling enough for me. And then sitting on the couch and playing Tony Hawk's Underground, that was my fucking jam. Like goddamn, everything was so much simpler.
Um, childhood. Anyways, but it's just also another thing too is like when I think of my computer, eventually I will buy a good computer because that's my work. That's where my work comes from because I'm an artist and I want to make comics. So I require a computer to do that. When I think about a computer, I really can't I don't I when I was younger I was like, oh it's cool, it's an all in one. But honestly, if I I'm a gamer and then I want to do like computer stuff, I want to keep them separate because to me it's just like it's too much to have it all in one place because you have to have storage for games and you have to make sure that the games run good. So you have to like keep up good maintenance with everything because if you have a bunch of files for a bunch of other softwares and a bunch of other stuff, the more shit you have on your computer, the slower your games are going to run. And then the more games and shit, the slower everything else is going to fucking run because it just adds up more shit. So if I have a computer, even if I have a good ass computer, I'm not going to play games on it because I want to have a smooth ass thing just to web browse or work on what I need to work on and leave the gaming to another fucking device.
Yeah, I mean, fucking when the porn starts buffering,
Yes.
it really disturbs the
It
you
ruins
know,
everything.
that intimate moment.
It's crazy. I mean, it's all about the cloud now. It's all about the cloud. I can't even tell you. I could look it up right now, but it would make my computer run very slow if I looked up to see how many files I have on this computer. I think it was at least like 2 gigabytes, maybe more of porn on this computer. On this computer, on my old computer,
Jesus.
actually, on my old computer. And then I was, I'm just gonna save this to the cloud because this is causing me some problems. And
Yeah.
also, I don't like doing it in a chair. I used to do that in a chair, and I was like, you know what? I'm not doing that. That's a story for another time.
Yeah, we can talk about that some other time. Do you want to talk about Joe Biden?
Joe Byron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go, Brandon. Um, because I have a little, us here at this unnamed podcast like to make fun of Joe Biden, just like everyone else. He's a wacky, zany guy.
He's pretty wacky. He's kind of
We
silly.
appreciate his contribution to the memes, memes. But
Indeed.
I came up with a little game, and that is I have written down some quotes without any like real context to let you know if this is a real thing he said or not. And I'm going to tell you a few quotes, and you're going to guess if it's real or if I made it up.
I have a quote from Joe Byron. He said, "America can be described in one word." America can be described in one word.
Is, he also said, if you don't vote for me, then you ain't black.
I take that to heart. I think the black community also takes that to heart as well.
Starting with quote number 1. He's referring to some guy that they're having like a party with. And he says, his mom lived in Long Island for 10 years or so. God rest her soul. And although she's... Wait, your mom's still alive? It was your dad who passed? God bless her soul. I got to get this straight.
So the game is me saying if it's real or not?
Yeah, if I made it up or if it's an actual quote.
That's really absurd, but I'll say it's real.
It's real.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's real.
Jesus. Yeah, I mean, it's absurd enough to be real.
Okay, well, this one next is there is a bit of context to it. It's not just a complete quote. It is during a campaign rally, Biden asked the audience to applaud a man. He says, "Stand up, man. Let him see you." Biden said, gesturing to him to stand. The man was in a recent car accident and confined to a wheelchair.
Say that's fake.
That's real.
Oh my god. Did he know?
Yeah. He said like, okay, so after he saw
stand up, man.
After he saw that he was in a wheelchair, he like realized his mistake and was like, "Oh, you know what?" Like it's basically like just everyone else is standing because of you.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh man.
What the hell?
Okay, I've got two more. In 2008, at a press conference, when asked about the U.S. government's take on climate change, Biden responded, "The world is getting hotter. Russia and China don't agree. We're taking climate change and global warming very seriously, and we're doing our best to resolve it. Until then, have a beach day."
Have a beach day. Oh my. Well, he wasn't as senile in 2008, but I guess I'll say it's real.
Nah, I made that up.
Okay. I do have a quote of what happened a while ago. Kamala Harris stated to an audience, I think it was during Biden's like rallies. She said, "Do not come, do not come." And then
I'm gonna come.
Trump proceeded to reply, "I'm going to come," and everyone just got out of their seats, applauded right when he did that.
He goes, "Whoa!" Look. John's last-minute economic plan does nothing to tackle the number one job facing the middle class, and that happens to be, as Barack says, a 3-letter word: jobs. Jobs.
It's real.
That's real.
So fucking stupid. He's a fucking bro. Tangent. I've been talking to this crazy girl for a long time. Not talking to. It's off and on. I don't think we're talking anymore because I don't want to talk to her anymore. But
you've told me about her, right?
Yeah, but she's insane. But that's beside the point. Basically, I don't know. At one point we were talking, like, because I wouldn't say I don't care about politics. Okay, I don't care about anything about politics. But, in terms of the last 2 elections, we've had Trump versus a deranged woman who would probably cause World War III, and Trump versus a senile old man who has 1 foot in the grave. And I told her, yeah, I if I was registered to vote, I would have voted for Trump. But either way, I don't vote. But... And then she got crazy. She was like, "You love Trump, don't you?" I was like, "No, I just don't like a guy who's out of his mind. Yeah. He's out of his mind."
I mean, I honestly, okay, I think fucking Biden is a complete idiot. And there's a huge problem having him in office. But at the same time, just like how you said Hillary Clinton would have caused World War III, I think that the
I don't even
U.S.
think he runs anything. I think that he's just
Yeah,
a
he doesn't.
mascot.
Basically, yeah, that's
That's
really all he
crazy.
is. And he's a terrible mascot.
And you know
But
what's crazy too? There's conspiracy theories that he's not the same fucking person. There's pictures of Joe Biden from a couple years ago, and he doesn't have earlobes. Like they connect to his face, and then or maybe it's the other way around. But then there's other pictures of him where his earlobes are disconnected from his face. He has
what
earlobes.
the
It's fucking bizarre.
fuck?
It is
He was like a twin
like
brother.
there is multiple like there's evidence like you can everybody can look this up right now. There's pictures of Joe Biden with and without earlobes, and he looks
Hmm.
like he looks way different. It's fucking weird. He is not the same person.
Well, what I was saying is, I think that having Biden here for 4 years isn't really a huge problem. I think that the United States needed a more passive president with how
Yeah.
crazy shit was getting with Donald Trump. But
Well,
it just turned out
he's
that
a
that
little
had to
too
be
passive. That's
Biden.
the problem. Is that now
Yeah.
our gas costs like 5 fucking times more.
Oh my God. I mean, they're going back down now, but yeah, it's pretty fucking ridiculous. Just like fucking okay, first of all, the FDA bans Juul pods, and that pisses me off. But then they bring them back the next fucking
Because
day.
I'm addicted.
Yeah, I like my Juul pods, all right. And then the FDA brings them back the next fucking day, and now they're like doing this big like left and right like are you advertising your product to children when they're supposed to be for adults? And that's the whole problem with
What?
them because kids get their hands on Juul pods a
Yeah, I
lot.
mean that, but
Or
that's just
yeah,
that's
and so that's
stupid.
why the FDA banned them because they thought they were being advertised
That's
to
stupid.
children and
They've
being
never
too
ever
child
been
friendly.
advertised to children.
They're also
It's
too child friendly, too easy for kids to pick up,
yeah. Well,
and
yeah, that's true.
that is true. But then fucking I bought 2 packs of Jewel Pods the other day. They went up $6. $6.
Get fucked.
$6 fucking. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait, it's how much? Holy shit. Just the price of everything is going through the roof. You know the shit that we used to sell when we worked together? Fucking what was like $12 is now $18.
Oh Jesus! What? Just
Yeah.
meat?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
kind of ridiculous. But yeah, it's pretty crazy though, because sometimes I think every single time I've bought a vape, I've never been carded one time, and I don't know. I've never bought a vape from because I bought cigarettes, and I think I got carded for that one time at a grocery at like a convenience store. But like actual, I've been to like pretty much where I get all my vapes is from vape shops, and I've
Yeah.
never been carded one fucking time. And I don't look 21. I get carded for beer constantly. I get carded for, or all my coworkers think I'm like fucking 18 or 19 or whatever.
It's really about your confidence because I've told you this story, but fucking I have a friend named Brian who literally walked into a 7-Eleven with me and he was trying to buy a tall boy and he shows them his ID. They ask for his ID and his ID is expired.
Wow.
And they're like, your ID is expired, right? And he's like, yeah, I know. I'm working on getting that fixed. And they're like, okay. And he was like, yeah, it's okay though. And they're like, what? And he's like, it's okay though. They just sold him the fucking beer.
Just gaslit them into
Yeah,
fucking selling him shit.
that's just how he is though. Like he can do that anywhere. Like he literally when
Jesus.
he was making his character, he put every single point in charisma. Every single point. Because he's just fucking so good at that shit. If I ever wanted to like break into a concert without paying for it, I'd ask him to come with me so I can just follow him.
Indeed.
Like because he knows what the fuck he's doing. But
Wow.
yeah.
That's crazy. Um, okay. So my second thing on my list was that what I really hate, and I don't know, maybe it irks me more than the average person because I'm a writer. But uh, what's the most fucking annoying shit and that I've seen? It never stops. It never stops. You think maybe one day
Now
it
you
will,
sound
but it
like
never
Joe Biden.
does. You see, the problem in America is you go to the gas station, you go to the gas store, and you get your shopping cart, and you go around the aisles, and you see a man, and he's lifting these boxes, and he's lifting the crates up onto shelves, and he's putting the bottles in the and he has the underwear on, and he's looking at you, and he says to the man running the stand, "Hey, you got any grapes?" And he says, "No, there's a lemonade stand." He walks away,
No, this is
and
a
he
lemon.
waddled away, and anyways,
I
to the
fucking
very
hate
next
that,
day.
dude. I hate that when that happens.
But I fucking hate it. It's mostly it's always a high school TV show or whatever or movie. They say characters' full names. It's the most aggravating fucking thing. Like, I just
Like,
saw a clip from Euphoria, and she's like, "You're fucking Nate Jacobs," and it's like, why are you calling him Nate Jacobs? His name, you call him Nate. No one ever says Nate Jacobs. What in
well,
the
like what? Like he's
world?
famous? Like
No,
he's?
it's like it's crazy.
Oh my
It's
god,
just like in
yeah.
every high school show or whatever, they call people by their full names. Like, hey, that's Robbie Kenneth. Like, what? What are you talking about? How do you even know his last name? How do you even know what his last name is? I don't know half the fucking people who I went to high school with what their
I
last names
mean,
were.
yeah, I guess. I mean, like especially if you're trying to like tell someone about someone, it makes sense. But
It's
like,
fucking dumb. That's really, you don't need to know people's last names. You really don't.
yeah, that's true. I mean, so like if you have a black friend named Nate and a white friend named Nate, you're gonna call them Black Nate and White Nate.
Yeah, that would
Okay,
actually be
so
more realistic than calling them by their first and last name.
so our friend Brian and my other black friend Brian, I have in my phone as Brian mi amigo and Brian the homie.
Yeah, that's very annoying. That was just a little quick thought
Just
there.
wanted to talk about how people say people's last names.
It's fucking dumb.
Okay.
It's fucking dumb. Like, that's the school bully. His name is Jack Carlo. Who says that? Everyone calls him Jack. It's his name, not Jack Carlo. No one. Who the hell? Why are you calling him by his last name?
It's also like I'm just imagining like the school bully walking up and the nerds are like, "Guys, it's Billy."
Well, Phillies can be a little mean sometimes. One time,
Yeah.
I was walking. The school day ended, and I was walking towards the exit. And as I was walking, there's this big. I mean, the crowd, the hallways are always crowded, you know. But I was walking. This hallway was extra crowded, and I noticed that as I was walking through this big crowd of people to get to my exit, it was like kind of like a hurricane. Like there was an eye of the storm where there was emptiness in between. And I walked. I was like, oh wow, an empty spot. And then I walked through again. I noticed there was two people standing in the in the middle. And I walked. I basically, in retrospect, realized, oh wow, I literally just walked straight through a fight. That was kind of weird. That was kind of weird. I just walked right in the middle of their fight happening. I'm like, I'm in a fucking hurry, bro. I'm not
Did
trying to.
not expect that to go where it went.
It's
You just
strange.
walked in the middle between them, like you just
Yes,
walked
between them.
them.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure people on that day remember just some random fucking dude walking between their fight. So weird.
Pretty fucking badass. Oh my god, that is a Sigma male, bro. You're a
Yeah, I'm a
Sigma.
They're like, who was that Sigma male? He's so cool. He is so cool. You have another topic now?
Yeah, I've got a couple of. I have two more topics. One of them is something that I never used from another show, which is Would You Rather's.
Okay.
Okay, so these were written for other people, so I don't know how you're gonna take them. But
Okay.
my first one is every time you eat anything with any kind of filling, it could be donuts, pie, Reese's cups, pierogies, ravioli, fucking dumplings. The filling turns into diarrhea the moment it touches your
Jesus.
mouth. or you adopt 3 babies that you have to keep until they're 18 today.
Um. Okay, I'm gonna adopt the 3 babies. Then that's fucking disgusting.
Adopt 3 kids.
Are we? What kind of stuff has filling? I can't eat a donut with. I mean, I don't like donuts with filling either. What has filling? Do we count
Fucking Reese's
pie?
cups, pie, yeah.
I mean, I don't really.
Raviolis has filling,
I don't
like
care for
anything like
ravioli.
that.
Maybe I could go without eating filling stuff for forever. I mean, I don't really know what I eat with filling in it because I don't care. I mean, pie's good, but I can go without pie for the rest of my life. What else do I eat with filling? I don't think I eat anything else that has filling. So you know what? I'll go with that one. I'll go with the first one, and just never touch that ever again.
Okay. I I would probably shoot myself in this scenario because I don't think I could never eat something without filling in it again because I fucking love shit like that. Like
Uh
people hate gushers. I fucking love
oh.
gushers.
Well, I haven't eaten a gusher in probably like fucking 5 years,
yeah, me
so
neither. But like jelly donuts are my fucking shit. If I eat
I don't
donuts,
care
it's like
for
a
them.
fucking jelly donut. I love pie. Like I hate cake.
I
Like
like
I
I
will
like
eat
pie,
pie
but
all
don't.
the time.
But at the
Reese's
same time, if
cups.
you could never eat pie again, that's not the end of the world, bro. I would
Yeah.
like to be cursed to not eat pie or cake again because then I won't be fat.
Yeah.
Or I'll probably still be fat, but like 1 pound less.
You will have a very strong like thing to keep you from doing it. Like
Yeah,
just diarrhea in your mouth.
but I'll still be
Okay.
eating brownies and shit. So, um, okay. Do you have another one?
Yeah, this is just something that I watched a YouTube video about it yesterday, and it's something that was really really interesting to me. I don't remember all of the details, but the guy explained it in a way that made perfect sense. But there is a scientist in with like a lab in Northern California testing with rats, thinking that he discovered the way that organisms age and is coming up with ways to not just slow down aging but reverse it,
Wow.
where this dude was able to it's
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory how aging works.
well, I mean, like in the actual body, like how the cells age basically is what
They,
like they're talking about.
again, that's pretty self-explanatory.
I
Your
mean,
cells constantly replicate until they, die off. I mean,
yeah,
they
but
do less and less.
the thing is, there is a part of the cell, I forget what it's called, but that's the cell's memory, basically. And they also have their own, like, fight or flight type of feeling. Every single cell
Hmm.
in your body has that, where you will stay longer if your cell is in the, like, shut down, protect itself state. Rather than if like your body is thriving and like your cells are thriving and they're reproducing and they're, you know what I mean?
So the more you work out, the more you age.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
crazy.
He
That
discovered
doesn't
that
make any sense.
the more
No.
you eat, the more you age too.
In the world?
Basically, with testing with monkeys, he saw that.
No, that doesn't sound right at all. Because the more fit you are, the less you age.
Well, no,
Because
like he said that. Yeah, it
you're
sounds.
more your cells are healthier and they're producing more.
He said, yeah, it sounds like that would make sense, like for sure. But the thing is, like I said, with the cells like hunkering down and protecting rather than like thriving and reproducing, they're holding on to themselves longer, keeping you that version of yourself longer. And so they
Guess that makes
did
sense.
this test with monkeys. They had a set of monkeys that they forced them to fast. Basically, they fed them. I think it was like enough calories for them to survive. Well, a little more than that every other day. And then they had another group of monkeys that, were able to gorge and all this and that. And the ones who were, they were perfectly healthy. They were perfectly fit. They were eating exactly how much they needed to. They were perfectly fine. And they were physically younger, even though they were the same age as the monkeys that were gorging. And
Well,
this
obviously you're not supposed to eat too much.
Well, yeah, but it's just like so. Yeah, that can help. Also, protein. Eating a lot of protein can make you age.
Hmm.
So if you eat a little less protein, overindulging in protein will make you age. And then he discovered that there's a way to, okay, so there's a part of the cell, I forget exactly what it's called, that gives your cell its memory, basically. Like it gives it its job, and it knows what it's supposed to do, which is why like some cells, like later on in life as you age, some cells might forget like what they're supposed to do, and you start growing hair on weird parts of your body. Like someone might have like weird fucking the guy in the video said like I have weird like hair patches on my shoulders that just showed up like as an adult. And he was like, yeah, that's literally your cells forgetting what they're supposed to do. And that's a part of aging. So it's the thing that makes cells know what they're doing is the thing that determines age, basically. So if you
Wow.
can take that and keep cells knowing what they're supposed to do, then you will stay younger longer. And they found a way to, they wanted to do it with something very complex. So they did it with an eyeball, a rat's eye. They wanted to find a way to reverse that, to see if they could program the cells that are in there to remember what they're supposed to do. And they got some chemical. I don't remember what it is, but they injected it in an old rat's eye, like a rat that was dying. Both of his eyes, and he got his vision back. He was blind, and they made him see
Wow.
again. Yeah, and there's like proof of it because they showed, like they were showing, like they had a video of the rat while he was blind trying to show him something, and he wasn't following it with his eyes or anything. He was just looking straight forward. And then they did it again where they were showing him this light, and it was following the light. So they gave this rat its vision back. They're not
Damn.
ready to do this testing on humans yet, but he also said that it's something that they can turn on and off. So when they put it in the rat's eyes, it was de-aging it, and then they turned it off at the right moment to where you could just see again instead of going all the way back and basically getting tumors in his eyes. But he
Hmm.
said everything that they've been doing all this research on are perfectly fine. They don't have any they don't have any reason to believe that they have any chance of cancer or anything like that. So yeah, like this is, I think that that's fucking crazy. And if anyone ever told me, hey, people are working on de-aging and it's actually come this far, I would think like that's like no, that's like it's the same as AI taking over the world, like that's going to be in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, this like holy shit, like it's happening.
Wow.
It's a thing that's pretty crazy to me. I think in our lifetime we'll be able to see this actually in effect.
It remains to be seen like what the long lasting effects of that would be
Oh
because
yeah.
you have no idea. But that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That is pretty crazy. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That that's crazy. I mean, I don't want to become old, but there's also no other way to fucking die before without becoming old. So like you can't just. What sucks is before you die, you're gonna be like an old wrinkly fuck who can barely move. Um, and there's no way to avoid that. There's no way to avoid that unless you literally like fucking die at like 50 because like
Yeah.
that's just the way it is. So it's like
You
I
die
wish there
of
was a way to
cancer or
fucking
something,
die in
really.
good health. I wish there's a way
Yeah,
to
but
be like
also live
80 but have the body of 50 and then just die in my sleep or some shit.
yeah, that would be nice, but I don't see. I mean, like, well, basically, if this, if these studies turn into products, then that would theoretically be possible because
I
they're
don't think
not
so.
just, because what they're doing is they're not just like de aging you, they are literally making you physically younger. Like, it's not
Yeah.
just, okay, I look younger, I feel younger. Like, they physically made them younger.
Yeah.
So there was comparisons with their twins that they didn't you know it's crazy. But yeah, I don't
Damn.
know. I mean theoretically if this thing ever happened, then That'd be fucking dope. Like you would be able to live till you're 80 and not be an old wrinkly fuck, but then you'd still just live longer.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
I would want that actually.
I would not want that. I
I
mean,
would want to live
unless my life is
longer.
awesome,
Well, I'm
then I
hoping by
would.
then my life is awesome.
Yeah, I'd say maybe, but like at the same time, I don't know. I don't want to be here too fucking long. I
I don't know.
already
I think
hate it here.
we have like a different outlook on life. I think that I could be pretty good if I just had homies
I mean,
and got to sit on
yeah,
the
I mean,
couch and
just as
play
long
video
as
games
everything is all
whenever I
right, I don't have
want.
to deal with bullshit. Like,
Yeah,
if I have homies, if I have alcohol, if I have games and movies, and I have money, and I'm being
and
successful,
bitches.
and bitches, he's not gonna fucking cheat and be a bitch, then sure, I'll live a while. But like at the same time, I mean, what? I'm gonna get tired of this shit, bro. I'm already tired of this shit. I'm 20 years old. I'm already tired of this shit, bro. If I can imagine being 80, I'm like, can I just go already? I'm done. I'm
Ooh,
done.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it depends. I
Because
feel like by
also
the
you
time
can't
I'm
control what's
80,
going on the
everything's gonna be
outside of
all
the
right.
world. Because I fucking hate Gen Zs. They're fucking annoying. I can't even imagine. I can't imagine trying to relate to the youth when I'm fucking 60 years old, bruh. All these goofy ass kids, bruh. I work with a bunch of high school kids and I cannot relate to them.
Yeah,
They're like 5 years younger than me. And I cannot understand these kids. I can't imagine being
yeah. I think
60 and having to deal with that.
I think that the internet is definitely opening that like generational gap a lot, where like how millennials and Gen X or whatever, yeah, Gen X are like they're like this different. Later on, 5 years, 10 years apart is going to be even more
Yeah.
like more different or
Because
the same
fads are
amount of
moving
different.
faster than they used
Yeah,
to. And yeah, I don't know. And then also have to deal with fucking whether or not I'm gonna be nuked. You know, don't wanna live for that. So
no, I mean I think that could be kind of cool. What if you like
um,
turned into a ghoul, like in
I don't
Fallout?
want to do that.
And then just lived forever and then got some random
I don't
guy
think
to
that's
send
how
you
it
to outer
works.
space.
I don't think that's how it works.
Well, that would be cool though.
I don't think so. I don't think I'd want to be a ghoul.
Yeah, I think it would be cool just wandering around.
I would like to just have them specifically de-age like my muscles and my
My
bones
dick.
and my skin and leave my organs the same. Actually, maybe like my heart.
No,
They
they'd
can
want
do
to
that.
like DH your
And my
organs
lungs
too. You'd
and my
want to.
stomach. Damn,
I
see,
mean,
like that's the problem. I want to die good, but like you can't do that without being an old fuck. Like you have to be old and wrinkling, be like, "Ugh."
I mean,
You have to become Joe Biden to die.
or you could just like but when you're 50, like get fucking colon cancer. You know, rest in peace.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to go out that way either. I guess basically my big goal here is to like just get fucking slammed by a truck so fast that it instantly kills me with no pain when I'm like 65.
Yeah. No, my goal is to kill myself.
I'd rather, you know, on the off chance that there is something afterward, would rather not. But who
Okay,
knows?
then just like
Because for
stop
some
looking
reason,
both ways when you cross the street.
a benevolent, happy, loving God is gonna make you burn in agony for all eternity for taking your own life, even though you didn't choose to live in this shitty world. See, that's
Yeah,
just to me. I
even
don't want to. I don't
fucking
want to live in this
America's
world
at
for that
war
long,
with each
bruh.
other. Like
That's
two
what
halves
sucks.
of
I
America.
would never want to be 100 years old and still have another like 50 years left in me. Like, fuck that. Because all these people, that's always some bullshit, bro. There's always gonna be some bullshit. Like, there's a war in Ukraine. Like, I don't give a fuck. Can y'all just quit? Just
It's like,
stop.
bro, there's literally a war between fucking trannies and rednecks in America.
I wouldn't call that a war.
Well, it's fucking
I would call it a
really
shouting match.
goddamn annoying, and it's probably going to turn
And
into a war at some
I don't think
point.
that's a war. What are you talking about? There's not a war for that.
I mean, literally, like the
It's
whole
just the
liberals versus conservatives thing might. I wouldn't be surprised if it turned into a fucking civil war.
well, yeah. So most likely will turn into a civil war.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't want to live through that. or at
Well,
least
you're gonna.
multiples of that.
You are
Well, you're
going to.
gonna, but I don't want to live through multiples of it because
Unless you
that's life. It just
die
keeps happening.
unless you die tomorrow.
History is gonna
Like,
repeat itself. Literally, like the longer you live, the more you're gonna see how it repeats itself. Because fucking the fall of those big empires, it's the same shit that happened with America, bro. We have all this civil discourse. That's the fall of the fucking Roman Empire and shit like that. It's all gonna fucking crumble down because no one can agree with each other and everyone hates each other.
yeah,
And they
and the
also had
Roman
sex with
Empire
little
also
kids.
lasted a lot longer.
So,
I mean,
I don't know.
Americans do
I don't
that
want to live
too.
through all that. But it'd be cool. But I don't know. I mean, here's what I want. All right. Picture this. I'm 80 years old and I still look good. I still look like I'm 40. Like I'm kicking it. I'm working out all the time, bro. I'm fucking fit. Got a hot wife. I have some
Dick still gets
grandchildren. And then all my friends are also the same. And we all live in a neighborhood that's like Nuketown.
We
We
play
all live in a
D&D every week.
happy neighborhood. Like we just have there's like 8 houses in this little Nuketown neighborhood, and it's like off, it's gonna be like off in the middle of the woods, like far away from society, and like the woods are surrounded by a bunch of big ass mountains, so you would have to like climb up the mountains just to get in there. And we have our own grocery store, so we can just
We
sustain
have
our
our own
society.
Best Buy.
We have our own and good Wi-Fi, and we can just live away from society. And if people come to over there, we have extremely state-of-the-art, high-tech security equipment. And you're like, if you step one step closer, you'll get fucking blasted. That means like automated drones that if you step on this premises, you will be blasted to smithereens.
We'll have
And the only
signs
way
that
to come
say-
to us is to literally fucking nuke us. You literally, the only way. If a helicopter comes in, there will be an EMP that will fucking drop you out of the sky. If the only way to stop our country, which is like just the size of like a block, the size of a block country in
will
the
have,
middle of these mountains, is to nuke us. That's the only way, and that's what I want. And we can stay away from, or an island. Although I don't want to live on an island, but
I mean,
that's the only way that I can foresee.
if we had
wanting to
our
live on
own
this world.
airport,
If we have our own area,
if we had our own airport, like
I would never use it. I would never use the. I want to stay away from
it'd
society
be like
forever.
50 miles off the coast of like California. No, off the
And,
coast of
and I will.
like
We'll mix it up. We'll have
fucking
Chinatown.
Georgia.
We'll have the hood. We'll have all sorts of stuff over there. So you can
No,
get all
I-
sorts of cultural stuff over there.
I want all of that, but there needs to be signs that say trespassers will be shot, survivors will be shot again.
Yes.
That's what I've always
I will
wanted
purposely
one
make the
sign that
drones
says that.
make the drones do non-lethal shots on the first shot, and then wait like 2 seconds, and then shoot again. So purposely they could acknowledge their mistake of coming onto my land.
It's literally like, okay, make it like a minute. So they come in, non-lethal shot. It would be just like they are bullets, and they'll just like go
wanna-
through your calf.
Yeah.
and then
There will be a
and then,
recording of my
it's
laugh
like,
saying,
you-
ah, ha, 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 you're dying, ha, ha, and then they die.
and
they
then
fucking get shot.
they have to turn around and crawl away. And if they lay there, they get shot again.
Once they crawl for about like 20 seconds, then they get shot again. And like they'll get like at least 5 non-lethal shots before they actually die.
You stepped on my land. You're going to die, and you're going to hear about it before you die. It's
And
amazing.
then there will be recorded and sent out on YouTube or whatever. Like
the
just showing,
drones will come down, pick you up, and crucify you. On our land, where we go outside on the porch every morning at sunrise and drink
basically-
our coffee and look at the fucking
it's literally
crucified
gonna be like
victims.
Mount Everest. Like you have to climb this big ass mountain to get over here. And once you finally get to the top and you get to like, wow, I'm at this forbidden land. You get down, you will see a bunch of skeletons crucified on crosses. And you're like, okay, I'm not going in there.
That's a good deterrent. Yeah.
So an extra warning sign. Look, if they ignore the actual
I
sign,
don't
there
want-
is
I don't
other
want-
warning signs.
I don't want a fence. I want just a couple signs.
And I'll probably put some like pits in there, covered it with grass. Like if you fall like 50 feet, you
No, it's
fall
like
like.
some pits covered in grass that has like a shark tank under there. Like I want
Oh
like
my
some
god.
super villain shit.
But yeah, that's what I want, and they probably won't let me live in peace, so I'll be sad.
Yeah,
But
I want a fucking lava
I mean,
moat.
I could do that to be honest. If like Jeffrey Epstein had a fucking island,
Yeah, but it
if I'm
wasn't.
rich,
Was it a country?
no, it was an island.
Yeah, and it wasn't international waters, so it was legal to do
But
whatever.
but yeah, I mean, if I become extremely bogusly rich, then I could have a fucking my own land in the middle of butt fuck nowhere.
Dude, that
That'd be
would be
awesome.
cool. That would be pretty fucking
That's the
cool.
only way I would want to do that. But the problem with that is incest is the problem with that.
No, okay, so to do that, step one, create Minecraft. Step
Yeah.
two, sell Minecraft for $4 billion. Step three, get island.
We have to like have a whole society of rules where like you can only our children would have to breed. And then we'd have to like keep bloodlines pure and have to be like you cannot breed with these particular people. And
Oh
then
my
we start our own
god.
problems. Then we have racism because you see if my son bangs Brian's daughter and then like there's a problem. Like eventually, it's gonna get intertwined. Eventually, families will get intertwined. There's a problem with that. So we're gonna have to. Then we're gonna have our own racism going on
Yeah.
because different people look different from each other, and then different families look different from each other. And then we're gonna have a restart of all the problems that our current country has. It's pointless. It's all horrible.
Everyone
Uh,
has name tags that says I'm cousins with so and so.
it's just gonna be a hard society to keep up with. Like it's gonna be really hard because little Jimmy's gonna want to bang little Susie, and little Susie is actually like his like fifth fucking cousin. He doesn't
No,
know it.
we have to come up with a scenario where we can have an island of all white people and keep them from, you know, interbreeding with their own
And then they're gonna get
family.
all upset because it's like Romeo and Juliet. You're trying to keep us from loving each other, and then you have to murder them, and it's a problem. They're
I
gonna
mean,
kill
we will
themselves.
explain to them that if they do that, then they will
Ruin our society.
no, like like
Do
they
you
don't.
want disgusting babies with like
No, we're gonna have to
deformed
create a
faces?
religion. Like if you
Oh
fuck
yes.
your own, like your sister, then you will get like
And then
skin
there's gonna be a
pox or
revolution.
whatever.
There's gonna be a fucking revolution where they're like, no, this is bullshit, bro. It's all bullshit. And they're gonna become atheists and not agree with us so they can fuck each other. Because love triumphs over all. What you're not understanding is that love triumphs over all. They will fuck even if they're like cousins by like 6 degrees, they will still find a way to fuck each other, bro. Because that's all they have in that little tiny
I think
fucking that
everyone
little
is.
society.
Isn't it? Everyone is like
Well, we have to keep it far enough
everyone's
removed so where until it's okay. We have to have it
42nd
like
cousin or so.
we have to have it like have a waiting period of like a good 100 years, and then be like, okay, now you guys can fuck whoever you want.
I want to look this up. How related is everyone? Everyone is related, and
But
it's
not
like
really. It's
not
like a
that far
big.
either.
It is quite a big distance, I would say.
Everyone on Earth is related to everyone else on the planet. Um, Turns out we're also linked by genetics more closely than previously thought. Okay, I'm gonna find this number.
But that'd be great. And I'd have to have like a whole. I literally have to create mountains because there's not. I don't think there's an area like that that exists. So I'd have to use like trillions of dollars to create mountains, and that'd be the biggest thing in the world. I mean, it'd be amazing. But I think it's just gonna go wrong in the end. I mean, I'm gonna create this society, and then I'm gonna die. And without my leadership, it's gonna go horribly wrong. It's just gonna fall and crumble.
Okay, everyone is 30th cousins,
Okay,
which is not
so
that
so we'll have to wait a good couple generations.
until everyone's 30th cousins.
Yeah, and then freedom.
I mean, like, I also think everyone is like a small percentage related to Genghis Khan or like
Yeah.
most of the world.
Um. Yeah.
How many? I'm gonna look this up too. How many people are related to Genghis Khan? Genghis Khan has 16 million relatives.
Jesus. That I don't think.
Ooh-wee.
I don't think it's as big of a number
Oh,
as
okay.
you
It
would
says
think.
1
But
in 200 men are direct descendants of
wow.
Genghis Khan. 1 in 200 are
Jeez.
direct. Like, I've met over 200 people. I've met someone who's related to Genghis Khan. You go to a concert, there's 4,000 people there. There's a lot of Genghis Khan kids in there. That's goddamn. That's crazy.
Interesting.
I mean, they're all also probably in fucking China. That's why they all look the same.
Yes. It says 1 in 200, but like a fucking big load of that is accounted for the massive size of fucking China.
Yeah, so it's probably more like 1 out of 5 in China.
You know what's crazy? Because like our dick sizes, like the average is 5, but like if we take out China, it like goes up. It goes up way more.
Really?
Yeah, if you take away the China out of the average, it goes up. The inside of a pussy is like 4 inches. So
Jesus.
if you have a
Wow, I
fucking
mean-
monster hog that's 8 inches, then it's kind of overkill, buddy.
No, I don't. The inside of a pussy is not 4 inches because I've gone balls deep and I'm bigger than 4 inches.
Well, it's
I
like
always go balls deep.
I mean, you can. Well, you can go deeper. It's elastic, you know. It's muscle, but it goes up to 4. I'm pretty sure, like 4 to 5, 4 and a
So
half.
like that's where the pleasure is, and then after that, I'm getting in her fucking like uterus.
Yeah, and you're getting up in her fucking guts. You're up in her
Oh.
intestines. But they're also doing a. They're also doing a Fallout TV show. You know,
Really?
they're filming it right now. I don't know what it's gonna be on.
It's probably gonna be fucking garbage.
Looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, so did Halo.
Oh,
Looked cool, but it's
Well,
fucking god awful.
it, it, uh.
You're like, oh.
Well, if it's not coming on Paramount Plus, then it's probably a good show.
Okay,
maybe.
let's think of other video game shows that looked cool.
I don't think there is any other ones that looked cool.
What
Witcher
about
looked cool.
movies?
Okay,
Oh,
if it's
yeah.
not on
Witcher is
Netflix, then
also
it's
not
gonna be good.
But people, like most people, won't agree with us that Witcher's not good. Like,
I think
that
they
show is
will,
low.
unless you're a woman.
I mean, I used to wear a fucking
I don't-
Witcher necklace, and I had to take it off because people were talking to me about
I don't
Witcher.
think I don't think men who have like testicles or yeah, I don't think they would say that it's a good show.
What is it? What are you trying to say? Men
Like,
with
like a-
testicles?
A man who's like emasculated man. A man who's a pussy boy who like loves Disney would probably watch
so you're
Witcher and
talking
be
about my
like have like
coworkers.
his unhinged jaw and be like, "Oh, Witcher!"
I mean,
But
like,
like everyone else who's a sane individual would probably say that's a bad show.
I would watch it if they cut out literally everything other than Geralt fucking shit up with a sword. 'Cause that it looked cool.
All I've seen is that I saw a person in a vault suit and that looked cool and looked accurate. I saw like a set photo and it showed like a destroyed area with some 50s cars and shit and it looked cool. So the production design looks cool. And as long as there's good production design, that's how you know it probably is going to be good. Because like Witcher, their production design wasn't even that good. Like it really wasn't that good.
Like-
Geralt's costume looked kind of fucking stupid. All the costumes
Yeah.
of all the bad guys look fucking stupid. What was that? Halo? Like when you look at that show, everyone looks fucking stupid. The only thing they got right was Master Chief's armor. That's
Yeah.
the only thing they got right. Everything else looks fucking stupid.
And Master Chief himself was wrong.
But
Like,
well,
he-
that's obviously. But it looks okay. So
There's
maybe it'll be
literally-
fucking good.
There was literally a scene in Halo where Master Chief throws his gun on the ground and instead of just throwing a prop gun on the ground and filming it, they made it CGI.
Retarded.
It's like they only had the one gun. Can't break it.
Yeah, that's how you know it's gonna be trash. But if you see production design looks good, then it might be good. Like, I don't know. I really because they're making the Last of Us TV show on HBO Max. It's gonna have Pedro Pascal, which is the Mandalorian, as Joel.
Oh,
I don't know.
I think he could do it. He
I feel like it. I feel like it's probably because of the fact that the production design looks good and the actors look good. It's probably going to be a good show. But I'm not gonna give a fuck about it at all because that game is dead to me at this point. Like, I really, and
mean,
out of all the games to have a adaptation to a show or movie, like, you really don't need to adapt that one. It's really stupid
Yeah.
because it's literally a movie.
The
It's
game
literally just a
itself,
long movie.
yeah,
So
like,
I don't know why they needed to do that, but it's probably gonna be a good show.
yeah. I completely agree with you though. Like, I don't ever remember asking for a Last of Us live
Yes,
action
it's really
thing.
stupid. It's
What
pointless.
what
It's
would you
pointless.
want? Like, what game would you want to be live action?
Because I want to have hope. Fallout sounds fucking cool. Something in Elder Scrolls would be cool, I guess, but it'd be just more of the same where it's like, oh, it's Game of Thrones or it's Witcher. It's like, I don't need any more of that trash. I think Uncharted could have been fucking cool, but then they fucking they're like fucking Tom Holland and shit. Like, they ruined that. Uncharted could have been fucking cool.
I thought it was okay, but I never played Uncharted.
I'm trying to think of what video games would be really cool for a TV show or movie. Can't really put my finger on one right now. Resident Evil has
It
so
has a
much
bunch of
potential
movies.
for good movies and shows, but they have horrible movies and shows.
Yeah.
And it's really sad. Breaks my heart.
Um,
Trying to think. I don't really know. Because there's so many like movie license stuff or like licensed stuff, so it's hard to tell. I think GTA would be cool, but they'd have to spin it a certain kind of way. Like, I don't really know.
yeah. I
It,
mean, I
it'd
feel
basically be like it'd basically be like Breaking Bad, but like self-referential and like it'd be like a satire of crime shows. I feel like that'd be cool to have like a GTA
I
show
feel like
where it's kind of like
could be like Baby Driver was GTA.
they should have stuff where it's like the character like they're it's more funny and on the nose. It's like Breaking Bad, like in Fast and the Furious type shit, where it's like it's more on the nose though, where it's self-referential, the fact that it's ridiculous crime action. And like, let's say the main character gets hit by a car, and like, oh my god, it looks like like it's we're getting into serious drama. Like, he's fucked up. The next episode, he wakes up in the hospital. Like, he's just in the hospital. He walks
Yeah.
up the hospital, like that type of shit. Because I feel like, because I liked. Have you seen Free Guy?
Yeah.
That was kind of cool, but if we had like I would like it
It
to be
was
less video gamey. I would like it to be more like, I don't know, like a step down from that.
It was really
Because
cringy. I didn't like that movie.
like, let's say he's fucked up. He got stabbed. He just goes to see a health pack and just puts it on and like wraps himself, and he's fine. Type
Literally,
shit. Like,
like, gets
I
his
instead of like a
fucking-
pickup where like, oh, I have a health now. It's like I'd like it to be more like it's video gamey without too video gamey.
So like he
If that
gets his
makes
like
sense.
arm cut off and he grabs a bandage and wraps it back on and it works. Like,
I don't no, not like that, but like, I don't know. It's not as not as video gamey as Free Guy, but a step down from that. That'd be cool. I thought of something, but I fucking forgot instantly. Oh yeah, the D&D movie. Did you see the trailer?
no.
I literally sent it to you, but okay.
Yeah, I know.
It looks good. Like, it looks okay. It looks like a fun
What's
movie.
that D&D movie called?
Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know. Just fucking search it up. And it basically just looks like a fantasy movie though. But it doesn't look bad. It looks like a fun
Yeah,
time.
that's what I would imagine. It's
But,
just a fantasy movie.
But I would love to have. I hope. I doubt they're gonna put it, but I would love to have like. It's a movie about a game, so make it about the game. Make it about. How about you have a bunch of. How about you have. What if you had a D&D movie, and all the NPCs are played by one guy, and every single person, every NPC they go up against, is like a bunch of makeup and prosthetics to make them look different. And if they're a woman, you like maybe you have like they're twins. Like the real life actor has a twin that's a woman to play that person, or CGI them into a woman to have
Or
them be a woman.
not
And
even
basically, so
CGI them,
gets
just put a wig on them.
it
Like,
just makes it to where the DM it makes sense because it's one fucking person, and
yeah,
then you can have at one point in the movie like they're about to enter a dungeon. They're like, "Where did Steve go? Where did he go?" Or like, "Where'd Goron go?" And he's gone. He's just gone for that session, and then when they leave the dungeon, he's there again. He
yeah.
comes back. He's like, "Hey guys, what did I miss?" And then, or maybe you have a character die. How about you have a character die in the second act, and then it's like everyone's mourning and sad, and then when it's like, let's fight the main bad guy at the end, like in the final act of the movie, then his actor comes back, but it's a different character, and you're like, "Oh, you look kind of similar to him." And he's like,
Yeah.
"No, I'm just."
Like he just shows up like 5 minutes later.
Yeah, he's like, I'm a traveler. I saw you guys, and I want to join your team. And it's like the same actor, but he's clearly a different character.
Or you
and
could
that'd be
have
amazing.
someone like in combat fucking like jump in the air and do a really badass, like swings his sword around his head and like juggles shit and fucking just does a tiny little scratch on someone.
Yeah, or falls flat on his fucking face,
Yeah.
fails miserably.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty fucking awesome.
But no, I'm not
You
a famous
should-
Hollywood writer, so I
You
can't make
should
these
make
things.
that movie. You're a movie maker, aren't you?
Well, I'm not famous and rich, and don't have Hollywood connections, so I can't make good products for people. We have to deal with the shitty ones. So, sucks to suck. I guess sucks for everyone.
This looks like just like a really imaginative fantasy movie. Like,
Yeah.
There's a lot of like wacky shit in it. Like the chest that, that fucking Dark Souls chest that
Yeah.
opened its mouth. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. I'd watch that for sure.
Did you have another topic?
Did you have any more? I thought you said you had 4
Did you fucking run out?
Yeah.
I did have one. I wanted to do which animals could you beat in a fight?
Oh.
Which animals?
Oh, man.
Maybe not fight. I'm gonna say which animals could you fucking. Okay, we'll say fight. We'll start with fight.
Which animals could I rape without getting mauled?
Which animals could you beat the fuck out of until they're like, "Arr, arr," and they fucking run away? I feel like I could take on a fucking Rottweiler, bro.
No, you couldn't. No,
Maybe
you
not.
could not
Maybe
take
not.
on
It'd have to
a
work out.
Rottweiler.
Yeah, I'd have to get back to working out. But I feel
I
like
might be
I feel
able
like
to
I'm
take on
not
a
scared of
Rottweiler.
dogs. Like dogs can obviously fuck you up, but just like punch it really fucking hard in the head, poke its eyes, fuck up its ears. Like you can fuck up a dog.
Yeah, I mean, like dogs
Punch 'em in
have
the
way
nuts.
faster reflexes than you, though, and they won't just let you poke it in the eyes.
I mean,
I mean, like I'm
feel like it's
stronger than a
possible.
dog, so I feel like if a dog was like on top of me, I could probably choke it out, like if I had to. But
I feel like if I had a dog, let's say this is the beginning of the fight. If I'm walking down the street, I've never been scared of dogs. Maybe if I get mauled one day, I will be. But if I'm walking down the street and I look down the sidewalk and there's a dog, let's say it's kind of big. It's not. I'm not gonna say Rottweiler. I'm not gonna say. What are those dogs that eat babies? The dogs that look like. You know what I'm talking about? The dogs that eat babies. You know what I'm talking about?
no.
Oh my god, they have like a big head.
Or like a pit bull? Yeah.
Yes,
a pit bull.
yes. I was gonna say the dogs that look like black people.
They look like black people. They kind of do.
I'm not gonna say it's one of those, but if it's like a bigger dog and it's angry and it's running right toward me, it's running down the sidewalk, running at me, and it's barking and it's trying to. Yeah, I can tell it's gonna attack me.
You're
I would
describing
just-
a Rottweiler.
No, I'm not describing a Rottweiler, but it's just a bigger dog. Okay.
Okay. Like
And
one
it's
that
running
wasn't
down the
bred
sidewalk.
for
It's coming
murder.
at me, and it's trying. I can tell it's gonna rip my face off. I'm going to just kick it in the face. Just kick it in the face when it's coming at me. Just kick it. And then after you kick it, you have to be quick. Because after
You really
kick
think that you would have like the patience and like
it, yes.
you really think like you wouldn't panic?
No, I'm not. I'm not one to panic, especially if I have a long time to react. Like
You think that you would just
Now, if a person-
expect
if a
this
person
dog
was-
that's sprinting at you to try and attack you?
I'm talking about like, okay, I'm standing on the sidewalk, and then let's say I don't know, I'm not good at describing distance, but um, 30 feet. I don't know, and I see
That's
it running.
that's pretty
Oh,
close for a
okay,
dog.
45 feet. 45 feet.
Uh, okay.
I have I let's say this. I have a good 15 to 20 seconds of
Okay.
reaction time. I can see it coming. Now, if it was a person sprinting at me, I'd be a little more scared. But if it's just a dog, I would just I'm not gonna panic. Okay, this is a dog. I feel like I'm confident in myself, so I just ready my stance, wait for it to come, and then wham, kick it right in the side of the head. Then I'd have to be quick because it's gonna get back up. So pin it down, maybe punch it in the nuts a little bit. Fuck it up. I feel like I can do that.
I mean,
Like
like,
if
I
I was
guess in this
deliberately trying to
scenario,
beat up a dog, I would do
yeah, I
that.
guess like in
In
this
real life, I probably wouldn't
scenario,
do that.
you
I wouldn't like pin it down and beat the fuck out of it. But if I'm in a fight with a dog, I would do that.
in
I
this
feel like I
scenario,
could take
like
out a
you
dog.
just know that this dog that's running at you is going to attack you.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, yeah, I guess, especially yeah, if you hit it hard enough in the head. Um, but
I just kick it like a soccer ball, bro. I just fucking kick it like a soccer ball. Just fucking wham, right to the side of the head. And as for a person, that'd be a little more tricky. But I feel like I don't panic easily in situations like that. I have a cool head for these types of things. I try to think of because a lot of people when they get into fight or flight, they don't really think about you don't think about anything, but it's more of like what ifs happening in your brain when you're a fight or flight type of person, where if something happens you don't know what to do. It's more like what ifs are happening, like okay, what if they do that, what if this happens, if a situation's happening like that to me. I'm just kind of like accepting. I instantly accept this is my reality now. This is the moment I'm currently in, and I don't have room to think about anything else. It's kind of like I'm being put into like a fighting game, like into a fighting game. It's like the match has started, basically. Time to play. That's how I kind of think about situations like this. I don't really panic in terms of situations like that.
yeah, I feel like I don't really get a fight or flight. I feel like my fight or flight response is offense or defense. Like I'm typically
Yeah.
going to fight, and like I've only ever lost a fight once. And that was the whole zero situation. But it was like started out,
Zero.
yeah, the fucking guy who robbed me
Yeah. I was
started
actually
out.
very surprised that you got that fucked up.
Yeah, I got really fucked up from that because I mean, okay, I'll tell the story again, but it was I started out with fight. And then when I lost instantly, it turned into flight. Like,
Yeah.
it was like, okay.
What? How
But
was he? He was taller than you?
yeah, he was definitely taller than
Oh.
me.
Oh wow.
But yeah, basically saw this guy running out of the house with my at the time girlfriend, like being dragged behind him, and fucking I was asleep on the couch. I fell asleep on the couch the night before, and I got up and I ran after her. And like how the hallway in my apartment
Yeah.
complex is, I like swung around that corner towards like the road, which he was like right there. And I had just woken up.
At the door?
He was like maybe 3 feet like
Oh.
out from the door, around the corner where I couldn't see him until I was outside.
Oh. I thought you
and-
literally were just like I didn't know it was like that. I thought you just
No,
literally
yeah.
fucking ran into his
I
face.
literally, yeah, I cut around that, like, yeah, I turned left, like, holding onto the fucking door frame, going as fast as I could while I woke up 4 seconds ago and just got decked in the face. Like, I ran
Damn.
into his fist and fell over onto the ground. She tells me that, because I don't really remember what happened after that until like a couple seconds later. It knocked my lights out, dude. Like it was
Damn.
like, but she said that like she could see him just punching me in the face over and over again because, one to knock me down wasn't enough, I guess. Fucking pussy. I've been punched in the face by a lot of different races of people. And let me tell you, a white person usually punches pretty fucking hard. A Mexican person they, I don't know, they kind of vary. They punch. They punch in like a bitchy way. Like they punch hard, but it's like in like the bitchiest spot on your face. Like where a white dude would probably punch you in the cheek or the temple, a fucking Mexican dude would just punch you straight in the nose. And then black people,
Yeah.
they don't punch very hard, but they punch over and over and over again. They don't fucking stop. So yeah, when that guy threatened to shoot us, was when I was like, all right, fucking let go of him. Let's go inside, you know? And then, yeah, that was
Damn.
basically the end of it. Like, we went a month talking to police officers, this and that. Our detective, nothing came from it. Absolutely nothing. It's fucking retarded.
I mean, I wouldn't have stopped looking. I would have just gone down to the station or something. I don't know.
I mean, at some point,
I would have literally just knocked on every door in the entire apartment complex. That's literally what I would have fucking done.
we did that for the entire half, for like our half of the complex. We did that.
Oh.
But yeah, the whole, like, we were dealing with trauma, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So dealing with trauma and then doing the detective's fucking work for him, and then him to just tell me, oh, I can't do that, even though it's literally his goddamn job.
Yeah.
Just stopped being like, fuck it, I cut my losses, whatever, you know. I'm just going to now relax. I'm gonna
way
get
you
back
described
to
it to me
playing my
was,
video games, sort of thing.
Was that you like ran out and then he just like you just ran into his fist. I didn't know that you turned the corner. I was like, damn, I was not
Yeah.
expecting to get not his shit rocked like that. But,
Yeah, it was right.
Makes
it
more
was-
sense
It was
now.
around the corner. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, you know where the couch is. I had to take like it was like a U shape, you know, like in that, like I had to run in
Yeah.
like a U shape, and yeah, he was like right on the other side of that fucking wall. But yeah, I think I still have like a tiny little like knot in my chin where he punched me.
Damn.
I think I do. Yeah, I do. I can feel it.
I don't know. I don't even know what I would have done. I don't even know. But I feel like I'm more paranoid about that sort of stuff. So I basically
Well, I'm always the one that starts the fights.
yeah.
Almost.
I don't know. I can't even say what I would have done in that situation because like that's just that turns into a circle jerk in a way. But it's more like I'm more of a resourceful person, and I basically I try to keep cool even if
Try
I
to
can't.
think of what
So it's
you would
like
have done while you just woke up and your girlfriend's being dragged out the door. You know what I mean?
I feel the thing is I feel like because background on me is that I've been watching horror movies ever since I can remember. My dad showed me fucking like people getting stabbed to death when I was like 4 years old, bruh. Watched Halloween, Friday the 13th type shit when I was young. So I have a built-in sort of paranoia or I guess it's a phobia of getting murdered. So I'm always always like thinking of scenarios of like what would I do in the situation type shit. And so I already have a sense in mind of like, okay, what would I do if someone kicked down my door at 3 a.m.? What would I do? Because I wake up pretty quick, and I basically have a mental image in my mind of where all the weapons in my room are. I could use my blanket as a weapon. If someone kicked down my door at 3 a.m., my first tactic is to let them come to me and then throw my blanket over their head. This is basically just me fucking naked in bed, basically. So I just throw my blanket over their head to blind them as I try to figure out what to do next. So I have kind of these ideas in mind already, and so, you know, I don't know what I would have done in that situation, but
yeah, especially like if you just woke up on the couch,
indeed.
you know, like.
But that's pretty crazy. I don't even know where we're. We were talking about animals. What would we do if we fought animals?
You know what? I have a better one. What about let's say 5 Dwayne Johnsons versus a silverback gorilla with an axe?
I think they could take him. Oh no,
Yeah,
no, they couldn't.
I think the silverback gorilla would fuck up.
I think it would literally like within one swing take out like 2 of them instantly.
What if it was a gorilla with a baseball bat.
Same shit. I think one punch of a silverback gorilla is like
Yeah.
enough to kill a man.
Even though Dwayne Johnson's like almost like peak physical condition, like human. Like he peak.
This gorilla presumably would use two hands. I feel like in one swing, one action, he would at least take out two or three. At least putting them on the ground. And the other two, it would charge at them,
Okay,
swing
what
them
about
around like
10 Dwayne Johnsons?
they'd have a fighting chance. Maybe one or two survivors. The other
You think they would
the
be
other
able
ones
to-
would get
You
crushed.
think they would be able to beat a gorilla to death with their hands, with their bare hands?
They work together as a team.
Yeah.
And some of them would have to take one for the team. But
They all have like telepathy because they're all the same person.
they'd work together. They'd try. Like they'd have to have like two guys pushing its neck one way and then two other guys pushing it the other way so they could snap its neck or something.
It's like four guys on. It's like four guys on each arm, like, holding
Yeah.
him back, and then just two guys trying to break his neck.
Yeah. And then
Or,
one just like
choke it out. I
punching
feel
it.
like Dwayne Johnson could, like, if he wasn't fighting back, could choke out a gorilla.
One?
Yeah.
No.
You don't think that Dwayne Johnson could
No.
put enough pressure to stop a gorilla's
No.
windpipe if the gorilla wasn't fighting back?
Oh, if it wasn't fighting back, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is it would only take one to just choke it out if there was
Um,
four Dwayne Johnsons on each arm.
Yeah, but it is fighting back. And animals have that instinct, bro.
Yeah.
A gorilla would probably fucking like do a fucking front flip and throw you off his back.
Yeah.
A gorilla doesn't give a fuck, bro. He'll literally flip his whole body over and crush you on his back.
Jesus Christ.
So
Oh man.
how about yeah, I don't know if this is gonna get very far. I mean, really, a dog is pretty much the top tier of what we're capable of. I don't think we can fight a mountain lion or anything like that.
I don't know. I feel like I could fight a wolf. No, I couldn't fight a wolf. No, like wolves
Get
are
fucking
fucking
shredded.
huge. I mean, like in a lot of these cases, I feel like with a lot of animals, I might die, but I would still be able to take it out with me. You know?
Maybe for the wolf,
man.
you would get probably your fucking guts ripped out
Yeah.
because its claws are extremely sharp.
I mean, it's not like their claws aren't. They're not extremely sharp. They're just like fucking.
They're sharp enough to
powerful.
fucking dig into your skin
Yeah.
pretty deep. So yeah, and its bite it knows to bite at your fucking neck. It's smart enough to fucking do that. So
Dude, can you imagine like a Wolverine with Wolverine's powers?
I can't imagine it. There's a movie about a guy with
What?
death powers. So if I'm just gonna picture that it's an animal instead of a dude.
Yeah, it's a Wolverine that has Wolverine from X-Men's powers.
That's
Like-
you should make a movie, bro.
You should, bro. About that,
You
I
should
want
make
to
a
see
movie, bro.
that. That's the cape shit I would watch.
Honestly. Do you wanna do you want me to put another topic, or you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we should just wrap it up now. An hour and a half is pretty long, especially for the first episode. So,
Okay. This episode is brought to you by Me Undies. Put in code GAKE to get
no, this
MeUndies.
okay. So our actual sponsor of this episode is Prodigy Comics.
Prodigy
Comics
has not
that-
uploaded since like November or whatever, or March.
Yeah, the guy that takes care of all that stuff is going to draw caricatures of us for our video,
Great.
and our logo and stuff like that. I've heard he's
And
he's pretty
still
good
have
at
no
it.
title for the podcast.
Okay, we have to do that. So at the end of the first episode, which was a complete failure, we all of us except for you, because we had two other guys on, agreed with 0%.
Yeah.
Just 0% podcast.
0%. Sure.
I think it's a cool idea. I looked it up, and there is another podcast called the 0% Podcast, but they're only on YouTube, and they only have 8 episodes, and it's episode 1 repeated 8 times.
Wow.
So I'm like, I think we can just take that name.
Yeah.
But then I was also thinking like, yeah, I like that name, but so there's a show I've never listened to called Rubberneckers. I love that fucking name. That's a great name because it's
Rubberneckers.
yeah, it literally just means annoying people because like a rubbernecker is the fucking people that like when you're driving on the highway and there's like a mangled fucking destroyed corpse on the end of the road, they like go slow and look at it. You know what I mean? So that's a rubbernecker, and I like the name because it just means annoying people. And then there's like fart mouth. It just means like we talk shit. Like so,
Wow.
I also like that kind of like idea
Um,
for a podcast name. Is something following that sort of
serendipity.
serendipity. That is not. we we are not calling ourselves
Let's call it
serendipity.
Minions: The Rise of Gru.
We're gonna call it Thor Ragnarok Love and Thunder
Thor:
Avengers
Loving
Part
Thunder.
2.
I really have no fucking clue. People who talk about things and no one cares what they're saying.
There's another podcast that has a really shitty name called We Are Assholes. I haven't listened to that. And Mike, if you ever listen to this, fuck you, by the way. Who
I don't
also
know.
goes by Vegeta and talks shit about people copying shit, and his name was Vegeta.
How about Zero Effort?
Zero effort. That's probably definitely a thing. Way more than
Maybe.
0%. I think, yeah, let's just go with 0%. That sounds cool, I guess.
Sure.
It works.
Well, I've been Ethaniel, and yep, I'm Prodigy Comics, and I make webcomics. And at some point in the near future, here it's going to be updated pretty soon with some new action-packed adventures, superhero stuff. So check it out if you like reading on webtoons and whatnot.
Well, I am Jake, and I have been Jake, and he has been Ethaniel, and I'm a DM for the Who's Right podcast, and their Dildos and Douglos campaign. You can, if you want, you have to spend money on it. Other than actually, okay, so only the first episode is on Spotify. I thought it was 2 for a while. First episode's on Spotify, or you can give those fuckers $5. It might be $1, but I know $5 to listen to the series. We are currently on episode 6, and we're gonna record episode 7 on what? I don't remember. Next Monday, not this upcoming Monday. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
you can go to patreon.com/who's right to give them money, where they'll give me the tiniest fraction of it. And or you can support us so we
No
can
one
quit our
cares.
jobs.
There's only one thing you should know about our economy, and that's when when you go to McDonald's and you get a Big Mac and you eat it with the pickles on it. There's no other there's a way where when you're outside and you see the bright sunny day and you see the clouds in the sky and you eat the clouds and you smell your toes in the morning and you have hair on your legs, you have hairy legs, and the kids, they love coming up and touching and bouncing on my lap, and they they touch my hairy legs and they